Hi, my name is Jessie. Welcome to the first episode of my Let's Collaborate podcast. Today I am joined by Lynne Goodall, who is Quality Personalisation Officer. So Lynne, tell me a bit about yourself.
I'm very passionate about personalisation. I love doing my job. There's been lots and lots of challenges, but I like a challenge, so that's been really good for me. I am a nana, and I've worked all my life in health and social care.
Tell me something most people don't know about you.
Now, giving away secrets. Most people don't know that I speak Greek, and I give Greek conversation lessons to my friends who want to learn Greek.
What do you do to relax when you're not working?
My favourite thing to do to relax is to go out for a nice meal with some friends. Don't like a big loud place, but just to have a nice meal and a chat and some conversation about anything really. Not politics, because then we fall out and it's not very relaxing.
So Lynne, now we know you, I am now going to ask you the next set of questions. Tell us a bit about your job role.
My job role is to try and fast track an awful lot of work that Lifeways did over quite a few years to be more personalised. And what they thought was, we really need to speed this up a bit and take a look at how well we've been doing and look to see if there's anything that we can do better. So they came up with the idea of having this role that I'm in at the moment to try and do that.
What was the idea of you becoming a personalisations officer?
For me personally, I'd worked in Lifeways for a long time, but before that I'd worked in health and social care, and I've also been an inspector. And because I'd done all of those things before, I felt that I had a lot to give to the whole personalisation agenda in Lifeways. And I've tried really, really hard to draw on all my experience and just help spread the word really and get the message out about good person-centred care. Person-centred care for me means that we work together, but the person that I'm working with takes the lead. It's not me, it's not my ideas, I'm not there to be me. I'm there to help the person I'm supporting or the person that I'm with live their life, do their things, have their dreams, have their ambitions, and that is my role. Nothing to do with me.
What made you want to work for Lifeways?
I started working with Lifeways at the end of a long career in a local authority. I think the career changed me. I don't think it was a decision to change my career. There was a really exciting opportunity, and I felt quite passionate about following that opportunity and trying to make a difference. And it was that made me want to do this work and continue to do the work.
What is one thing people misunderstand about your job?
one thing, I think there are lots of things people misunderstand. Perhaps they don't realise that this job is about being helpful, and it's trying to change things for all the right reasons, and it's a lot of people think that it's really, really hard to be person-centred, and it's not. It's the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah, but it's really easy.
And so I see my task to help people get into that mindset. I think once it's inside your head, you just do it naturally.
Exactly.
And you don't have to think about it. It just happens.
What's the biggest change you'd love to see in this field?
Oh. The biggest change, and it is a really, really big one, I would like to think that everybody who comes to support somebody, when they walk through the door, they throw their own life behind them. When you walk through the door and you support somebody, what's going on for you is not the most important thing. The most important thing is finding out from the person what they want, what they think, what mood they're in, and going with that, taking the lead from the person that they're supporting. Because it's not what I think, it's what you think. And that's what matters.
How do you keep learning new things in your job?
Oh, I'm always learning new things. I don't think we ever stop learning things. And a friend of mine says, every day's a school day. It means it doesn't matter how old you are or how wise you are, that you can always learn something. And that's what makes life exciting and different. If we know everything, then it's
what's the point in sorry, Lynn.
No.
What's the point in doing the job if you know it already?
Absolutely.
Because obviously, when you work in like care and stuff, you expect to know everything. When in effect you don't.
No.
You're just walking into a place that's like, well, you don't know them, do you? You don't know the person, you don't know their likes, you don't know their dislikes and what they want to do.
Yeah, and that is just so important. It's and having a good relationship with somebody.
Exactly.
And talking to somebody and asking the questions of somebody and listening. Because if you ask somebody a question and you really, really listen to them, then you're learning, aren't you? You find out more. And I think it's a nice thing to learn from new people and get to know new people. That's what makes life exciting and interesting.
Exactly. It really does. Do you see yourself as working for Lifeways or for the people using the service?
Mostly for the people using the service. Mostly I'm here to work for the people that are supported by Lifeways. But we can't forget that Lifeways is a provider. They have a job to do.
So now I'd like you to bust a myth for us. The myth is people with a learning disability do not have the right to vote. What are your thoughts on this?
I can't. Passionate about this because every single person in any country in any world has a right to vote, because every single person has a right to have their say. Their perspective on life is really, really important because we're a mix of people. and we are all equal, and voting is such an important thing to do. It's about being a citizen. It's about having a relationship with the government and the state, and every single person has a right to do that. And I'm trying to keep my voice quite calm because I get very, very passionate about that.
Well, that doesn't matter because you're putting your point across.
Yes.
And with this, your point is valid.
Yes. I've been doing a lot of work just recently to help support workers understand how to support somebody with voting. There's lots of good information out there. It's just all ready to be used, and what I would love to do is to make sure that every single person who supports somebody knows where those resources are and uses them. They might not want to vote, that's fine.
Yeah, because she can't, sorry Lynn, I cut across you then, didn't I? You can't make them vote. If they don't want to vote, they don't want to, and that's it.
Absolutely, but they have to be given the choice in the first place, and they have to be supported to understand about voting, and then they can make their decision.
So Lynn, we're now going to do a quick fire round. In front of me you will see an arrangement of cards. Would you please pick one from the arranged cards?
That one.
Okay. What is one piece of advice you would go back and tell your younger self?
Keep calm and don't panic.
If you could be any sea animal, what would you be?
A seahorse.
What is your favourite meal?
Fish and chips.
Favourite weather?
Sun.
Favourite Disney character?
Mickey Mouse.
Do you like social media?
No.
So, next, I would like you to share with me, if that's okay, a story of what's changed somebody's life.
I'd like to think that some work that we did recently has changed somebody's life for better. We did some work up in Berwick-on-Tweed with 3 people who were quality checkers, and they'd been telling us that the quality checks were wrong. They didn't like a lot of the questions. They thought the training was boring, and when we collaborated, when we worked together, they felt as though they were really important and had achieved an awful lot.
So Lynn, what is one practical thing that listeners of this podcast can do to help create positive change?
Listen. Really listen. So when they talk to somebody, they take on board exactly what that person has said and think about it. Not just hear what somebody says or dismiss it or say yes or no. They really, really listen to what people are saying.
Because at the end of the day, sorry Lynn, at the end of the day, that's what this job's about. Yes, it's you can have a laugh and a joke about things, but also there's the listening perspective of it. It's like what I said earlier with the choice of activities. I'd hate it for somebody to come in to me and say like, right Jess, you're going to do this today. No, sorry, what? No, I'm not going to do that.
And that's made me think about, people can perhaps come in and they can ask you the question, but they don't listen to the answer.
Exactly.
And that's as bad.
And that really annoys me.
Yeah, what is the
'Cause
point of asking a question if you're not going to listen to the answer?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we are the forefront of this care, this supported living. Yes, it's supported living, but at the end of the day, we're not a care home. I have been Jessie. This has been my first Let's Collaborate podcast. Many thanks to Lynne, who has joined me today on this journey of person-centred care. And please like and subscribe.